Alright, for the first problem you sent me, we're given 3 points. 0, 7, 1, 0, and 7, 0. It doesn't really matter that they happen to be intercepts. Remember way back in the beginning when we were finding the equation of lines, we needed 2 points? To find the equation of a parabola, you need 3 points on the parabola. Again, the fact that these are intercepts really doesn't make a difference. I'm going to rewrite this equation a little bit. I'm going to write it as ax squared plus bx plus c equals y. And I'll tell you why I'm doing that in a few minutes here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 3 points and I'm going to plug them in. So I'm going to plug 0 in for the x and 7 in for the y. Well, when I plug 0 in for the x, I'm going to write it as 0a plus 0b plus c equals 7. And of course 0a would just be 0, 0b would be 0, but again in a minute here you'll see why I'm doing this. I'm going to take and plug in x equals 1. When I plug in x equals 1 I get 1a plus 1b plus c equals 0. And then finally I'm going to plug in 7. 7 squared, I plug it in for the x here, 7 squared is 49, so I get 49, oops, put that in math mode, 49a plus 7b plus c equals 0. And what we end up with is we end up with a 3 by 3 system of equations. We have 3 equations, and each of these 3 equations has 3 variables. Now, in this section you learned how to solve by hand. You should have also learned how to solve using the calculator. And for a problem like this on the test, I would expect you to use the calculator. So to do that, we're going to go to the matrix button, matrix, and we're going to go over to edit. And we need this to be 3 down and 4 across. The reason we need 3 down is we have 3 equations. And the reason we need 4 across is we need the a, the b, the c, and then this number over here. And when you use your calculator, this number over here without the letter has to be last. And that's why I wrote this as ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. And it's also why I wrote the 0a, the 0b, because when we go to type them in, we need 0 for the a, 0 for the b, 1 for the c, and then 7 for the y. So I just type in that first line. And then I type in the second line, 1a, 1b, 1c, 0. Type in the third line, 49a, 7b, 1c, and 0. So I type in my matrix. Quit. We go back to the matrix. We go over to math. We go down, down, down till we find RREF. And then we tell it we want to use matrix A. What this tells us is the A value is 1, the B value is -8, and the C value is 7. So our answer would be y equals 1x squared, I think it was minus 8x plus 7. Alright, so there's the first problem you sent me. The second problem, you're given some data and you want to find the equation of the parabola. Again, we're going to use our calculator to do that. And again, remember way back near the beginning of the semester, we used our calculator to find linear regressions. In this section, we're going to find quadratic regressions. So we go to Stat, Edit, and we type in the data, and I typed it in advance. In the problem, it said T is years since 1980, so 1980 is year 0, 85 would be year 5, so on and so forth. And then I typed in all these numbers into L2. Alright, we go, quit, stat, calculate. Now again, back at the beginning of the semester we used linear regression because we were finding lines. Here we're going to use quadratic regressions to find equations of parabolas. And here's our answer. A is -0.03, -0.03. B is 1.17, and C is 19.98. Okay, hope that helps. Let me know if you have more problems.